given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business, not because they...
Okay guys, welcome to Absolute Wonder, where we keep you on track with the digital world. And people have been asking me to make a video on how to edit their video with their smartphone. So on this tutorial I'll be teaching us how to do that, and we'll be using an app called Inshot. So from here you would see the Inshot. So that's the icon. If you just go to your Google Play Store, you can download it from Google Play Store, and the link to download it is also in the description of this video. So once you download it to your phone and install it, you'll see that icon that I showed you earlier, either on your desktop or on your app list. Then this is actually the interface. If you come here, you would see create new. Under the create new, you have videos, you have photo, and you have the collage. So right now I'll be dealing with the video actually for now. So if you click on this video here, that's where you can edit your videos. You can edit your videos here. So you just click on it, and if you are actually using it for the first time, you'd only be seeing this new. But because I've been using it to create some things, that's why you are seeing these things here. There's more of drafts. We have even 27 more drafts here. So that's because I have been using it to create to edit videos on my smartphone. So if you just want to start, you click on this new here to bring out your different videos for you. So you can just decide to select anyone that you want to edit. If you click on it, you click on this green tick bar here, select, then there's your video here. If you can actually scroll through them and edit anything you want. This is the toolbar, and there are different tools here, so we'll be going through each of them. This canvas here, that's the first one, is more of how you want the interface, your video to look like. If you select it, 1:1 ratio, 4:5 ratio, 16:5, 16:9, there are different ratios depending on how you want your video to be. This 1:1, that's actually how it is, more from a square. If I click on this 4:5, you see my video actually changes. If I click on 16:9, it actually changes the ratio. So I'll leave it at this 1:1. And the next one is the music. If you want to add music to your video, you can actually add music to your video by selecting here. You can select from a variety of audios here depending on the one you want. So as you can see, there are different tracks here. And if you don't want to select from the default music or audio that Inshot came with, you can see this extract audio from video. You can actually extract it from the video you are using. And if that's not what you also want to do, and maybe you have your own music in your music player, as you can see here, we are on the featured. That's what Inshot offers. If you come to this music, if you select it, that's where you can decide to select any song from your playlist. While this is actually effect, so you can choose any effect. These effects, it's more of you have to download it. So that's how most of their songs you need internet for it to download. It has to download first. I've not used it before. If I've used it before, that's it will be there. So if you have an internet connection, you download the one you want to use and use it. That's it for the music, for the tracks. Raise effect too. Okay, we've actually done that. So another amazing thing about Inshot is this record. You can actually record your own track. If you click on it, you'll be prompted to allow microphone access. So if you select it, you can record a track. Allow. So you can actually record a track for Inshot. So why I cannot actually use this record is because I'm using a screen recorder which is actually using my recorder at the moment. So that's why I cannot record. But if you're not using a screen recorder already that is actually recording using the phone's recorder at the moment, two apps cannot use the same thing at the same time. You just come here if you want to record your text. Just come here, select it, just here, select it, and that's that. So that is that for music. The next one is stickers. Come to the stickers. There are so many stickers here that you can decide to use, and if I select this one, I can decide where I want to place it. I can decide I'll place it here, and if I select, it will be there. I'll play. You see it, my sticker is there. I can also decide to use another feature in Inshot, which is here. Can decide to use that, and how do you use that? If you just select there, you can import pictures from your gallery. If you want to use, maybe you have a logo that you want to place on your video, you just select here, you import it from your gallery to this place and make use of it. If you have a logo or if you have a picture that you want to place, maybe you cannot get it from the default sticker pack of Inshot. Then the next one is text, which is actually this one here. That's the text. The text too is if you want to type in something on your Inshot, on your video. My text here, that's what I'm going to write, my text here. So that's it. Let's write it for you. Then there are also other things here on this text. You can change the color from here. So if you select here, there are different colors to so once you just click on any color you feel is best for you, you get the color. And you can also decide to stroke your text. If you observe, so we'll still go through them one after the other. That's under the colors. If you, the first one here, if you select it, there is no effect on the text here. There is no effect there. So if you click on the next one, which is this one, if you click on it, let's select it now. I don't know if you're noticing anything. Okay, let me remove it. There is something like a shadow. There's something like a shadow behind my text here. So I'll remove it now and check if you would notice anything. If you bring it back, the shadow appears. So that's more like a shadow effect. Then the next one, which is actually this is the next one. If you select it, they called it a label here. You can decide to change the color and they mess with the opacity. So next is this. That's this one here. You can that's where I got this stroke. You can decide to change the color of the stroke to anything you want it to be from here. Now let's go back. There are still other features here. You can play around with any of them and see how it goes. This is more like a mixture of the label and the stroke. There are just so many of them. Just go around them. Then the next one here is your font style. You can change your font style here, and you can change your font style here. You can also, there is also an option of downloading your fonts. You can get new fonts from this place and use it for your work, for your text. So this is more from arranging your text. If you want it to be on the left side, on the right side, or at the center, then your text size, you can alter your text size here. This is more from spacing, how spaced you want your text to be. If there was actually a text, okay, let me add another text under my text here. Absolute wonder. Absolute wonder. Okay. Then from this place, you can decide to increase the distance between the two texts. You can decide to increase the distance between two of them. Then here, the next one here, which is this, is your transition. You can decide on which transition you want. If I click on anyone, you see what happens. This is more from turning up and down, and there's just different transitions here. Anyone you want to use, just play with anyone. So there are different transitions here. So that is the text for you. Then the next one here is the filter, the video effects. You can see there are different video effects on it. So anyone you want to use, that's from the filter. Then up next here is trim. You can decide to trim your video. That's the next one here is trim. If I want to cut my video, okay, if you select on the trim, there's an option for trim, option for cut, option for split. So depending on the one you want to do, if you want to trim your video and like cut out some excesses, you can select the trim. And if you want to cut it, like cut different sections of your video and maybe remove some other parts, you select on this cut. The Y split just cuts into two different sides, cuts your video into two different sides. That's what the split does in general. And okay, it's still the same thing that the split is doing here. You can also go directly here on the split. Maybe you can move it to this place and select split. You see, it has actually splitted my video. If you look at this place, you'll see that there's a split there. So the next one here is delete. I can decide on which one I want to delete, because as you can see now, there are two different sides of my video. So anyone you want to delete, right now I'm on the one side of it. So if I just select on this delete, it takes it out. It takes out that side of the video. So that's what delete does actually. Then this background, you can decide on which background you want to use on your video. Like as you can see, you can also select a picture as your background. You can select a picture as a background. If you don't want a picture, you can decide to use a color for your background. You can decide to use a color for your background too, or a gradient, anyone you want to use. Wow, this looks awesome. So depending on how you want your video to be, or you can also go none, then your video will be full again. So you can also alter the speed of your video, how fast you want your video to be. You can change the speed of your video. What else can you do? Okay, the next one here is crop. You can, that is more like the canvas that we is just, the crop is almost the same with this canvas that we did at the beginning. So it's more of resizing your video on the the ratio you want it to be. Then the volume of your video, you can decide to reduce the volume, like that means this video will be soundless. You can decide to increase it, and you can also extract this audio that's from here. You can extract the audio. So the next one is duplicate. I can decide to duplicate this. That's this frame. I'll duplicate it again and again and again. So that's what duplicate does actually in essence. So you can also rotate your video how you want your video to be. You can rotate it. You can flip the video. So if you flip your video, this is how it goes. You see? Good. So if you flip it the other way, it's also the other way. So you can decide to flip. You can also decide to freeze a frame. Freeze a frame. That's actually freezed, and that's just that for Inshot. That's just that for Inshot, and it's actually a very good tool to use for your video editing. So you can try it out with your smartphone. You can actually edit your videos. Thank you once more for sticking with us. This is Absolute Wonder, where we keep you on track with the digital world. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and share, and click on the bell icon so that you'll be getting updates from us every point in time. Thanks once more from this side. Have a nice day.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business, not because